Well, Tom, this is your first fish on the MAP Parabolix Pro Black Edition 10-foot feeder rod.
Do you know something, Dave? It could be one of the first fish caught in the UK, because he only came into Wickersley Angling yesterday, so brand new in these are.
Are they?
It's lovely, isn't it? Look at that.
It's a nice looking, I like the Black Edition, describes it briefly, because it's a very black rod.
It is.
But it's, it looks nice. Looks the biz.
It's got a lovely look at that, proper sort of...
So just to give a bit of background, we're fishing a bomb and pellet here.
We are.
10-foot rod, really small, you know, it's not, we're not on a big reservoir or anything, so it's just 10 foot seems about right. You've got a reasonably sized F1 on there.
Yeah, right in the corner of the chops.
Yeah, so that's seemed to do that. It seems soft enough for the F1, but with enough power to...
Well, that's the test I always think with these things, isn't it? It's sort of, it's that nod under the rod tip, isn't it, that catches you out. You know, that's what you pay for a nice soft rod for, because you want it to basically be soft enough to absorb those head nods. We're not looking for massive power on a 10-foot rod for casting or anything, are we? It's...
Okay, well, seeing as you mentioned, let's go straight in. Price.
Sorry. Price.
Before we go into look at the features too much, let's go with price. So these are, I've just had a look now, these are 200 quid.
Yeah.
The 10-foot bomb rod. Okay, so this is in line with other equipment we've sort of featured, is that it's not cheap, but it's obviously a job, you know, it's obviously a tool designed for this job.
Yeah.
It's a very nice rod, looks very, very usable, well presented. What's it going to be in the same ball, you know, 200 quid for a 10-foot bomb rod? Sounds a lot of money in all fairness for a 10-foot bomb rod to me, but then I don't use a 10-foot bomb rod a lot.
Well, listen, I've said on this sort of show before, I struggle to justify paying a lot of money for expensive short rods.
Is this your Yorkshireness coming out now?
No, I'll pay. I don't mind paying for longer rods, because I think you get more value out of, for example, things like casting action. Where, you know, a 12-foot feed rod, if you're wanting to cast it a fair way out, you need a good casting action. So that's where you get your value. A 10-foot rod, you're rarely casting it a long way, otherwise you'd be using a little longer rod.
So the question is, how much performance are you getting for 200 quid? It's more of a performances thing.
For me,
right,
there's loads of rods, 40, 50 quid. Look at the Grue Engage rods, for example. Absolutely gorgeous rods in them shorter length. Shade cheaper than this, or quite a bit cheaper than this. Or even the A-class rods, you know, again, a lot cheaper. Preston do some at 40, 50, 60 quid as well. I just looked twice at my pounds, but then you've got to say, this is a part of a new range of rods, isn't it? We've got obviously this one, which is a standard feeder. We've got an SUV version and a lighter version as well. MAP rods do have a cult following. I know a lot of anglers, for example, use the lighter rods, not from the new series, but from the older Parabolix series, at Hawcroft in the winter, because they're so soft.
Yeah, and I think that's something that is synonymous with MAP. They may even have invented it, the whole parabolic action thing. That's something I've always associated with MAP rods, and this has clearly got that. It's got a lot of. It's a well presented bit of kit. I'll give it that. It looks like that handle. That was the first thing. There's always something that screams out, isn't there?
Yeah.
That handle is now. You know, I'm not going to get excited about a rod handle generally, but I've just noticed it's got this sort of what's the word? This grip that's. It's not Duplon. Well, it's got a bit of Duplon in there, but it's got a sort of like a. What would I call that? Maybe like a crocodile skin effect to it. You know what I mean? It's got that roughness to it.
Ribbed, Dave.
For a pleasure, Tom. It just looks different. Now, again, I'm not. I can't see in any way, shape, or form how that's going to improve the performance of the rod. But I'm a stickler for. You know, I like these little things.
Yeah,
I like
it looks
these little touches. So it kind of straight away you sort of like you like the rod because it looks nice. It looks different, and that black edition, bit of white, the white writing. The little standard. It's a very well presented rod. I've got to give it that.
Short handle as well. Have you noticed that? Like that,
yeah,
it does seem shorter than most.
Yeah, which on a 10-foot rod is ideal because, like you say, you don't need the longer handle, which you perhaps sometimes have for a longer casting rod, where you need that bottom hand lower.
Yeah.
So I think that's perfect, really. So it's obviously well thought out. I know tip-wise, it's ½ ounce, 1 ounce, 1.5 ounce tip. So.
Yeah.
This is something that has come in more in recent years. We're seeing these much lighter tips for our method feeder fishing and things like that, and slack line fishing. So, you know, that's pretty much standard, but I can see that. I think that's the 1 ounce tip we've got on there. The eyes looked, when I looked at the close up, they're all well placed. It's not like there's no signs of mass production there where they're sort of little blobs of glue and things like that.
We did test some more budget tackle last year where you could really tell the difference in build quality. I do just want to say something about, I'm not going to name names because I'm not into it but I was sent some cheaper rods to use by a manufacturer, and one thing I've found is they do break. I've had Daiwa Tournament 10-foot rods, because believe it or not, I did used to be a tackle tart.
Yeah.
Daiwa Tournament rods that I've paid big money for in that 10-foot length. And although I'd maintain the performance, probably isn't any different or a lot different to some of the cheaper 10-foot models out there. I have had cheap rods just snap on me, and the butt section actually snapped.
Oh really?
Yeah. So
in what sense? When you're playing a fish, or when you cast?
I was playing a fish. It just snapped it off, and I thought, well, I've had them tournaments for years, which I paid a lot of money for. It might just be a case that the fact that you're paying for a better quality blank means it lasts a bit longer. I don't know.
I think there's something in the action of these rods, though. These MAP, these Parabolix actions, that they are, I don't know, they are like an elastic band in your hand, aren't they? Sometimes, you know what I mean? They've just got. It's just a very nice way of playing fish, I find.
Absolutely.
I'm a big fan.
Oh, I think.
But it's. No, it looks the part. But like I say, let's be honest. You're what I'd class has been at the top of this game, Tom. You're telling me you don't need. You'd say you'd happily have a £100 rod in your bag
for this kind of fishing, 9-10 foot feeder rods, yes, absolutely.
But you would recognise that then when you get into 11-12 foot rods, a bit more casting, then that's when it really comes into your own.
Absolutely, yeah, 100%.
So I wonder then why. What? It must be a build cost, obviously. Just wonder why they couldn't why aren't manufacturers recognising that and then saying, right, look, well, the 10-foot one is 170 quid.
Yeah.
And then, then you need, but maybe they're obviously just built to the same spec and that's what it costs. But
yeah, I think so. And I think, do you think as well, Dave? I know it's sort of recognised throughout sort of retail. Is you put a price on something, there's a perceived value to it, isn't there, as well? We do see that with a lot of things. So yeah, I mean, this is a lovely looking rod. The tackle tarts absolutely love it. It's got, as you said, these really unique features on the handle. The eyes look great. I mean, they've got this little bit of texture here on where the name of the rod's printed, etc. And that has a value, doesn't it? People do like to look good on the bank.
Talking of looking good, Tom, you sat there stroking your rod here. It's quite. I don't think the viewers really tuned in for that.
We could. Are you going to catch me one?
No, you're going to catch me. You're going to catch me a great big one in a minute.
Well, I must say, mate, foul up one, I think, on the way back.
Well, at least we'll see the action anyway.
Yeah, we'll see the action. What's the chance of that?
Well, I'm going to have a good look at this now, because this is a bit bigger than whatever it was.
If we can get it in backwards.
Yeah, you see, so you can see like the action is, if that wanted to, it would bend down to the reel. If you imagine if you had like something 3 times the size of that.
Yeah.
Oh well, we saw it briefly, Tom. But yeah, there's definitely something in the action, isn't there? It's very likeable.
Well, I've had the pleasure of catching one. I think it's only right that you should have a little go.
Tom, you're very kind. I'll have a go.
Please, please.
I won't do it as well as you.
Have a seat. And that one might be on me, old pal.
You could bite, wouldn't it, Tom?
Savage would be the word.
Savage.
Not as savage as you.
F1, I think, Tom.
This man changed to a double pellet attack. Oh, I was hoping he'd catch me a carp, but
no.
What's your thoughts on the Parabolix action of the rod, pal?
It's very nice. I'll tell you now, Tom, it's better than any rod I have, any 10-foot feeder rod I own.
Really?
Yes. But then I've never spent a lot of money on 10-foot feeder rods.
You're similar to me then, you've never sort of...
No, I've never felt the need. However, this is a joy. That is a lovely slim black. I like that. I love slim black.
Yeah.
I do. But you can just feel like the power in it. Like, I know it's not the biggest fish. It's a lovely plump F1 though.
Oh, it is.
And yeah, you can just, it's very, very usable, very nice. Looks the biz as well. Thank you, Tom. Delivered to my lap. Pay a lot of money for that sort of thing.
Well, you know, I just don't like to stand here doing nothing. You know what I'm like.
Look at that hook hole right in the middle of the bottom
Ooh,
there. Look.
That's the Quim for you, isn't it? The old QM1.
Oh, don't get amazed.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So yeah,
F1s.
so that's yeah, it's a nice nice action rod.
Worth the money? Worth 200 quid?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's a very nice rod. And if I was doing lots of 10-foot bomb work, and I was thinking I need to upgrade my rods, this would be very much at the top of the list.
So we're giving it a big thumbs up from the review team.
Yes, very good.
Thumbs up from us, guys. Why should you become a Catchmore Media channel member? Well, I can think of at least 60 very good reasons, because that's how many exclusive videos we've got on the Catchmore Media channel members area already.
Well, who's over there, you might ask? Tons of star anglers. We've got Christian Jones, Jordan Holloway, Matt Godfrey, Bob Nudd, Robbie Taylor, Hadrian Whittle, Tom Scholey. I've got a few videos over there. A mixture of river and commercial fishing, I must add. Loads to go out, Tom.
There is, and I'll be honest, my favourite features over there, and there's at least 16 of these already, live matches.
Yeah.
Now, these are lengthy affairs. They're an evening's viewing, I'm going to say. They
Yeah.
tend to be about an hour and a half plus in length. And what we do on these is actually follow a top angler all the way through a match. In that situation, you just naturally find that anglers open up more because
Yeah.
they're in a competitive mode. And obviously, sometimes I think the very best, Rob, in this business know what they're doing, but don't quite know
Yes,
why.
they're under pressure, so they have to perform for the cameras.
Yeah, and they just do things that you never
Yes,
imagine them
yeah.
doing. You say, explain that, and you get these little gems of information.
They want to win.
They want
They
to
can't
win.
resist.
Yeah, and I know for a fact that I've learnt things from these live matches that have won me matches as well.
Definitely. So there's also a little added bonus of a live stream with myself and a star angler every single month. The chance for you to put your questions to them, get them answered live on the stream. What we'll be doing on there, well, we'll be covering tactics in depth, talking about big wins, loads of information you can get out of the star anglers. So who've we had on there? Des Ship, Christian Jones. He did a Pole Master special last month, so that's a right treat. We've had Brad Lucas, a mugging special, loads to go at. Perfect.
It is, it's nice because it just gives it that personal touch. If you want to put a question to a star angler,
Yeah.
you can do so on there. Make sure you log in, ask away, and they're only too happy to help. All this doesn't cost as much as you'd think either. Just $4.99 a month. So less than a pint of a price of a pint in a lot of venues, isn't it? So $4.99 a month gets you access to everything.
Pound a video.
Yeah. On top of that, though, you can pay a bit more if you want.
Yeah, you can get the elite package, which does something a little bit different. What does it get you, Tom?
So the elite package is all about giving people content early. So 1 week early than everybody else, you get access to everything, whether it be on the members channel or the main Catchmore Media free channel. Every video we put out there, you get it 1 week early.
Early access. Get a little look before you, mates. Get ready for the match on the weekend.
That's it.
Exactly.
So $7.99 for the elite package, $4.99 for the extra package. We really appreciate your support as it lets us get out and do more filming and bring you more videos that I know you enjoy.
See you over there.